Hello, this is Ableton News Group Sydney. I'm Gemma, and we are live, I think.
Let's go.
All right, let's go. Jeremy Grieve, take it away.
Just like fuck that noise. Play the volume loud if you want to. Just like
I'm just in such a state. What do I have to do? It's what you leave behind that matters. I'm just in such a state.
That was amazing. Wait there. I'm going to ask you some questions. You just need the other mic.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. Where's the host?
That is the feedback. Well, thank you so much, Jeremy, for coming today. Let's have a little look at what you're using. So you've got Ableton running on a Windows computer. Yep. Which is working.
Yeah, somehow after 8 years.
Yeah.
It's a whole computer.
And then you've got
a Launch Control XL, which it's got some really confusing mappings. Like, it doesn't really make a lot of sense to anyone except me. Like, there's we've got some. These obviously just mean the channels for my stems. I've got it broken down into basically kick and bass, percussion, and then 2 different other stuff. So then I have them in separate channels. I can do like reverb and delay on those effects or lead stems or whatever.
Have you used the mapping that it comes with, or have you mapped it?
It's extremely customized. Like every single day this week, I was like, oh, actually, I've got it all wrong. I need to redo everything. And so every day the knobs mean different things. And I was really struggling to remember what the most recent one was, but it makes the most sense logically now. But there was sometimes I was like, oh, I've got a spare knob here. I don't want to put an effect here. Let's just put that thing there, even though it doesn't really make sense with logic. So you got to just like remember that.
I mean, you don't even have any stickers on here to tell you like that's reverb.
There's no point putting stickers. They'll just be gone the next day, right? Like, it's just, that's the beauty of this thing. It's just like it can be anything. That's the beauty of Ableton.
Push as well.
Yeah. So that was basically just launching clips, and then I can go here. I made this button be the thing that goes to my drum pad, and then I can do these little 909 rolls. And yeah, that made it a bit more live. My music has a lot of chopping and stuff, so there wasn't really any way that I could like have some like playing of MIDI that would be good, because I can't play piano and I have to edit every MIDI I do.
So did you write some of this stuff and then you've sampled it back into Jeremy's in clip view? For anyone who, I mean, you can't see the screen unfortunately, but you're doing your live set from clip view, not from an arrangement view.
Can you do it from arrangement view? How does that even work?
Some people, apparently they do it, yeah. They set it up and they have their full hour going like across.
Yeah, right.
I
mean, that kind of makes some sense. Like, it is kind of awkward to like be having to pay attention like when the song comes in, when you want to actually be doing other things. Like, initially my set was just going to be like all follow action, so the clips just like play the next clip, and that was kind of like it felt very limiting after a while, and I was like, oh, actually I want to be able to play around with it a little bit more, but I missed some of the cue points because of it, so it was that.
Well, we can tell. It was great. It was great fun. Really good dance bangers in there. Awesome. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Okay, we're just going to swap over sets to Greg is next. Unless Gemma had something to ask, I will get started on the swap over.
Yeah, so I thought we'd have a chat to Jeremy while we're swapping over. So we wanted to chat about your album that you finished like a week or so ago.
Yeah.
I'm just going to come next to you so we can... Do you want to come out, actually? Yep. Yeah, it's going to go feedbacky, so...
Yeah, stand like a little bit further back. So you're a camera as well.
Yeah. This way?
There you go.
Alrighty. So we've just heard from Jeremy Grieve for the Ableton User Group Sydney. Amazing set.
My music name is Jeremy Grieve as well. I had someone yell out in the crowd what my music name was. Grieve.
Grieve.
Yeah, I have an album coming out in a month-ish or so. There's still a few little bits and bobs to iron out, but it'll be out early 2022 on a...
Yeah, sorry, I was just going to say it's coming out on a aggressively underground label in Canada. So how did you like kind of come into this Canadian label like from Australia?
This weird dude just added me on Facebook and he became a mentor, and he saw great potential in me, and he was initially offering services for money and I was paying him, and then he was like, no, I think you're too good to be paying me. So he signed me on his label, which is just a little platform to get some stuff out there. It's aggressively underground.
So you've been producing for like 11 years, you said. But from what I understand, a lot of the songs on the album are fairly new.
Yes. Yes. Everything is from the lockdown period, I guess. There was one song that was like just a little thing I had lying around. It's somehow made the cut, but it was, it was a real emotional journey making this album. There's a bit of every mood on this thing. There's some dark, brooding times, but also some fun, happy, energetic moments and euphoric moments. And it basically tracks my journey through a deep, dark struggle in isolation, as we all did, and came out the other end very happy, and I want you to as well.
That's so good that it was at least productive for you. I think a lot of us producers really took the time to make a lot of music during lockdown to keep us actually sane, because there was nothing else to do. Did it feel like it was a bit of a lifeline?
A little bit. It was just kind of like just a logical thing to do when there was just nothing else to do. It's like, oh, sweet. Well, I'll be sorted. I've got a great hobby here that I can hone, and it was like, just when you make music and you can't go out, then you just stay home and make music, right? And it's really exciting what everyone's been doing in lockdown, like with their music, and it's like people have just leveled up so hard that like I know. It's tougher competition now, and I like that. Everyone's like pushing themselves further, and I hope that like we see some like real innovative music that comes out of this. Like when we're starved of outside influences, then there's like this real unique innovation that can potentially come out of that. When it's like less influenced in some ways, maybe. I don't know.
I guess people have been limited by not being able to go into the studio and get that like studio sound. Do you think? Because I noticed there were some vocals in your set. They were sampled?
Yeah.
So where do you source all these samples from?
Just on Splice.
Splice.
Holly Hammond was like, pretty much all of those samples, the vocal samples, were someone called Holly Hammond, who I really liked. Just happens to do some good stuff on Splice and has many different vocal sounds for many different vibes. So, feels right to credit her because I sampled her so much.
I noticed though, it felt like your set had a real shuffle feel to it, like in a lot of places, and it felt like a bit like influenced by UK garage. Is that something?
Yes, very much so. Yeah. I used to make UK garage, and then house just kind of grabbed me a bit more, and it's kind of like UK garage is dying.
I don't know about that. I don't think it's dying. And you told me before that your tagline or your motto is house music from the heart. Do you want to tell us a bit about that?
I suppose like most music should be from the heart, shouldn't it? But like, I don't know, there's something about house music that really does, it's like, this heart-to-heart connection between, the DJ and the dance floor. Like there's this sort of soul to it that, is a real thread between people. And I think that, house needs more heart. Somehow house has got some reputation of being this like, trendy person's music, but I think it needs to be like, remembered for what it is. It's music from the heart.
Yeah, I agree. Well, we loved it. Thank you so much for sharing all these unreleased new material from lockdown with us. I think we'll get out of the way, and next up will be Gregor McMurray. Cool.
Thanks so much.
You ready?
myself. Watch what you say, I might never tell. I'll pull up, look outside, I'm at your house. I snuck around the back, I'm gonna fuck up now. I'm laughing to the bank. I get my check, why you looking blank? Come on with my army, yeah, we bring the tanks. Raise the stakes, you live it. Fuck up! Do you wanna take me for a ride? Bet I'll make it worth your every time. But do you wanna take me for a ride? 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 Promise that I'll make it work. Do you wanna take me for a ride? Do you wanna take me for a ride? Do you wanna take me for a ride? Do you wanna, do you wanna, do you wanna? Do you wanna take me for a ride? Do you wanna take me for a ride? Do you wanna take me for a ride? Promise that I'll, promise that I'll, promise that I'll, promise, promise, promise I'll take me for a ride. Do you wanna take me for a ride? Do you wanna take me for a ride? Promise that I'll, promise that I'll, promise that I'll, promise, promise, promise I'll for a ride. Do you wanna take me for a ride? Do you wanna take me for a ride? Promise that I'll, promise that I'll, promise that I'll, promise, promise, promise I'll take me for a ride. Do you wanna? Do you wanna take me for a ride? Promise that I'll take me for a ride. Do you wanna take me for a ride? Take me for a ride. Promise that I'll make it work.
One more clap.
Everyone, give it up for Gregor McMurray. Wow, that was like such a journey of contrasts. And are we all good? I'm going to move back a bit. All right. So, first of all, did you enjoy yourself?
Yeah, I'm definitely sweating, but it was fun. Yeah,
Apparently, it's very hot under these lights.
it is. I've never been in front of lights like this. I'm pretty much melting.
I have to say, I've never seen this box before. I think I've heard a bit about it. So do you want to tell us what it is?
Yeah, it's MIDI Fighter 3D. So it's basically just you can map all the buttons to anything you want. So for these, they don't make sound, but they turn effects on. So if I was to play, like these make sound, so like that. If I press this button and that button, it turns a grain delay on, and the other one's a weird phaser thing.
Amazing. And you've put out an EP recently, EP 9999.
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird name. I just don't like naming things. So
Yeah, I understand. And, it's like when you have your working title and then it somehow becomes the real title.
yeah, that's exactly what it was. That's what I titled it on SoundCloud. And then someone said, I like that. And I was like, good, because I'm not changing it.
Also, a funny story you told me was that you got a massive shout out from T-Pain on his live stream on Twitch.
Yeah. I posted, he listens to viewer music on Twitch. And I posted that last song that I played called Grieve as a bit of a joke. But he actually ended up liking it. And yeah, Triple J found out about that and then interviewed me. It was quite nice.
Yeah, so it seems like it just like snowballed from like what the hell, I'll just throw my track in there. And then T-Pain's like, oh my God. And then Triple J picked it up as well.
Yeah. I got an email saying that they'd like to use the video on Instagram. And I was like, yeah, no worries. And then after that, they were like, actually, can we interview you? And I was actually at a doctor's appointment. So I had to take a break, do the interview, then go back to the doctor's appointment.
How hectic. So amazing. Where can we listen to the EP? Is it on all platforms?
Yeah, it's out everywhere. YouTube, whatever you listen to music on. Just my name is Gregor McMurray, Gregor. And the EP is called EP 999. If you search Gregor T-Pain, it comes up.
It's gone viral, has it?
It's barely viral.
Barely viral. I don't know. So thank you so much for playing for us today, Gregor. We really enjoyed it. Next up, we're going to have Mr. Mredrollo. So stay tuned. We are going to have to change over. So maybe grab a drink if you wish. Yeah. Okay.
once a day, give yourself a present. Don't plan it, don't wait for it, just let it happen.
spend so much of our life walking around, looking, but never seeing. To appreciate some of the beauty that's around us every day that we take for granted.
Mr. Mredrollo. Everyone, round of applause. Woo-hoo. Incredible. I have to say, you look like you are up, like just at home up here.
Thank you. That's good to hear. I was a bit nervous at the start, like the push fingers, like, yeah.
How long has it been since you last performed?
Properly? Like ages, so long. I did like a live stream gig, which was really to no one except for my online audience. That was really cool, but like properly in the flesh, yeah, maybe March early this year or something like that.
Okay, that's not too long.
Yeah, that was a one-off, but before that, like a year or more, yeah.
Yeah, well, no one could tell. It was like so smooth. It's ridiculous. Like we probably all need you to teach us your ways.
Lots of practice alone in your studio home helps. So yeah, I mean, like trying to go through the set and so that it flows nice and smoothly is, yeah, it takes time and preparation, but I can run you through like how it kind of works and what's going on. We can't see live, but
That's
Ableton
okay.
Live is running on the computer.
So I'm seeing session view and there's some color coding. And how many tracks do you think you have?
Tracks like in live, actually, what is it, like 13 tracks, and I've got about 12 songs in here, I think, that I run through. This was the first time I've experimented jumping tracks and like not going in succession. So like kind of going, maybe I'll try this one and try this one now, which is cool. Usually it's like very planned out. So it goes from this track to that track to that track to that track.
So you've got 13 tracks, but like the MIDI controller only can handle 8. Well, on this, like on the face of the screen. How do you get around that when you have like so many tracks, and do you have to like scroll through to move over?
Some of them are kind of like, I guess, redundant, just playing audio. And I suppose if I was to do this again, I wouldn't have rendered as many stems. I rendered out like 8, 9, 10, sometimes 13 stems, but there's some MIDI running in there, some audio. And I kind of wanted to have the flexibility in case I didn't want to run MIDI through the tracks, that I could just flick back to audio. Because I guess with live, it's trying to figure out what to do live and what not to play live. And for the most part, it's kind of just like backing tracks. And then I do a little bit of stuff up here, either on the push, on the synth, or on this guy with some effects, but trying to limit that there's not too much live stuff going on in my session so that, it doesn't run into complications.
So how do you get Ableton to talk to the Moog and vice versa?
Yeah, good question. This cable here, this MIDI cable, which is running from my interface, which is behind this magician's box here. So I'm sending MIDI from a MIDI track in live using the external instrument device, sending MIDI out to my interface, which then sends it to the Moog, and then routes the audio back into live and allows me to not play anything. Sorry.
Might have been muted.
Yeah, so I can either play from the push, which I don't really do that much, or I can just trigger it from a MIDI clip. And yeah.
Yeah, it's such a beautiful sound.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I mean, this is pretty much just the raw sound, and then I have a little bit of delay on it and a little bit of reverb just by default, and then I can send it to a little bit more. Which is great. And then tweaking things like the frequency to make sure it stays in tune. I've got the tuner device in here, which is super important. So, so I know that it's actually in key. Sometimes I can't hear it. And I've done sets before where it was really out of key the entire way through my set. I didn't realize until I watched the video back, because it was live streamed also. That was great. Because I get features in every one of my tracks pretty much. And it was out of tune the whole way.
Wow, so that's a good tip, actually. The tuner device in Ableton, just put it on the track so you can like
visually see it.
If the fallback is not great, then you can, that makes sense. And what's this box doing here?
This is the Launchpad, Launchpad X, which is the upgraded Launchpad. And this is just triggering clips, so pretty basic. But I mean, I know I can do it on the push. If I flick over to session view, I just don't want to flick over to session view. I just want to focus on the push. Yeah, right. I just want to focus on this and do other stuff over there. Dedicated controllers, like it's a luxury, but it helps me perform better and not worry about, oh shit, I'll get it, back into here and then,
Yeah, it's really hard to keep track when you're using push in both like playing and trying to like trigger clips, because you always like forget, oh wait, and then you're trying to find like the change button and
this is like a visual thing. Always, I'm like, that's where I'm up to. That's what's coming next. This clip's about to launch. Cool, I got this. I can focus over here and I can focus over there. I can always see it. Like, yeah, it's just, it makes so much sense. And ever since I've incorporated this into my setup, it's just been a headache that I don't have to deal with. Yeah.
And tell us why you have changed out these knobs to these ones are orange for some reason. What's the reason behind that?
Yeah, they're a little bit out of balance. These are from DJ Tech Tools. They're just chroma caps, custom push encoders. I actually saw this from Rachel K. Collier, very like Ableton nerd and amazing producer and makes really good tutorials, recent certified trainer. I've seen like a lot of her videos and she has custom knobs and I just thought it was super cool, so I did the same. Thanks, Rachel.
All right. Well, thanks, Rachel. And thank you, Mr. Ed Rollo. What a fantastic set. It's such a pleasure to have you. And we feel like we've been schooled on like, this feels like a very, this feels like the optimum setup to me. So thanks for showing that to us and explaining how it all works. This is Ableton News Group Sydney. Thank you so much for watching, for coming out and for tuning in on the live stream. We'll see you next time.